everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this encapsulated dried flower design, so I hope you all enjoy watching. I'm just working on a stiletto practice tip. I've just trimmed off the end to make it more of a coffin shape, and then I'm putting down a wash of CJP crystal glass. I'm keeping this really thin. It's simply to stick on my dried flowers. And then I'm using these gorgeous dried flowers. These particular ones are from the Crystal Studio, and I've just picked them up with my wet brush and I'm tapping them on to that acrylic, just holding them in place until they start setting, or until the acrylic starts setting, and basically holding them in place. It doesn't matter if the flowers overhang the sides of the tip, because I do just come in and trim those with my scissors before encapsulating. And then I'm just using my wet brush to pick up some of the smaller dried flower pieces, and I'm just tapping them down onto the nail. And then I sort of come in now and then with some wet washes of acrylic just to hold them in place so that they don't get knocked off or move around when I'm doing other bits of the design. Anyway, how are you all doing? I hope that you are all keeping safe and well. I know it's been a tough couple of weeks, but it feels as though things are getting slightly a little bit better now that some lockdown restrictions have begun to be eased. So I do hope that you are all doing okay and keeping safe and well. And then I'm coming in with some of these gorgeous copper hearts. These are also from the Crystal Studio, and they come in a pot of mixed sizes. So I'm just sort of taking my time to pick out the size that fits in the gaps that I have. I didn't want to use too many of them. I just wanted the set to have a little bit of something extra rather than just the dried flowers. And again, I'm just picking these up with my wet brush, and if they need to be held in place, I just put a wash of that clear acrylic down again. I'm not picking them up with any acrylic because I don't want to add too much bulk to the nail. I'm just using enough acrylic to hold them in place until encapsulating. And then again, using teeny tiny wet beads of acrylic, I'm just picking up some of this super fine iridescent glitter. I really don't want to put too much of this on. I certainly don't want it to overtake the flowers or the hearts. So I'm just using my wet brush to sparingly run that through the design, just because I still wanted it to have a little bit of a sparkle, to be honest. And then once I've finished applying this, I will just allow everything that I've applied to fully set, because I don't want to ruin it when it comes to fading my acrylic. So just let it set in place for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to trim off those excess pieces. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I'm just using my stalk scissors to trim off anything that's overhanging the nail, just so it can all be fully encapsulated. And then I'm going to come in with my CJP Peach Sorbet. I absolutely love this core powder from CJP. It's got such a beautiful nude tone to it. So I'm starting off with quite a medium to wet bead for that fade area. I've placed it down, tapped out the back of the bead, and then just dragged the bead over that starting point of the flowers and the hearts, just to create a really soft fade. And I'm then coming in with a more medium to dry consistency bead up at that cuticle area, tapping it into place and then dragging the top of that bead down. But I'm only dragging this over the previous bead of acrylic. I don't want to take any of this peach sorbet too far down the nail, because it would just make the tip look cloudy. And then I'm just applying another small bead down at the cuticle area just to build up the coverage, and again just fading out the top of this bead. And then I really love the look now of flowers or glitter being under the acrylic fade, but I just decided to tap on a few of the smaller dried flowers just to give it that 3D effect, and I thought it looked really pretty and just helped the design flow. But I'm just tapping them on to that tacky acrylic, again not adding any extra bulk to the nail, because that acrylic is still tacky, so they will sit there fine. And I'm now going to come in and encapsulate the entire nail with my CJP crystal glass. So I'm working slightly wetter because of the fact that we're doing a sort of transparent glass effect tip. So I don't want to have to play around with my acrylic too much or add any bubbles into it. So just working a little bit wetter makes it a little bit easier. I'm simply placing that bead of acrylic down, tilting the nail tip down so it all flows into place, and I'm not having to touch it too much. And I'm just going to continue doing this until the entire nail is covered. I absolutely love CJP crystal glass. It's one of my favourite clear acrylics because it's so easy to work with, but it has such amazing clarity. And today I'm using it with the One Monomer. That's what I've been using for a while. I did use their ultra adhesive when I first come to CJP or first switched to CJP, but since they brought out the One, I've been using that and I'm absolutely loving it. I think they've also got the 1.2 out now, which is a bit slower setting, but I've not tried that myself yet. I did just add a little bit more at the tip here, simply because the tip felt a little bit thin. I then allowed the nail to fully set, and then off camera I did all of my filing. I did the filing off camera because it's quite tricky to file these display tips, to be honest. And then once I had finished filing, it's time to come in and do the best bit, which is top coating, especially on these designs where the top coat just really brings the nail back to life. So I'm applying a nice even layer of my CJP tack-free top gloss to the entire nail. And then because this has got that glass tip effect, what I'm going to do is flip the nail over and also top coat underneath as well. So before you come to top coating on these glass tip nails, you do really need to make sure you also scrub away any dust that's underneath. So then once I've finished top coating, I'll pop this in my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And then guys, that is the end of the design. I thought this looked super pretty, so I really hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, then please give the video a thumbs up or let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you hit the subscribe button. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Lots of love, take care, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye.